Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, we are a week into the Advent calendar, so it's time to crack open one of these. Mexican Lager by State of Brewing. So yeah, week into the Advent calendar, hitting a Mexican Lager. Looks like this weighs in at 6% ABV, 12 fluid ounces, or 355 milliliters for our metric using friends. This is a product of the US. I don't know that I've noticed that on other cans, but it's probably there and I just haven't seen it. Again, by State of Brewing, brewed and canned in Waunakee, Wisconsin. Oh, and this is the first one that's had anything additional that I've noticed, but it says lager with Citra, Hallertau, and Strata hops. Very cool. My little nutcracker guy is over here doing a jig while I'm trying to get this can open. Alright. Get a little bit of a head on this. And it's soapy white, as you can imagine. A few fisheye bubbles. Very light in color. I don't have an SRM chart, but if I did, I would assume this is probably a 1 on the SRM chart. Very light in color. Oh wow. You can actually smell a little bit of hops in this. Not something I'm accustomed to with Mexican lagers. And that's really all I'm smelling. It's just a pinch, really, of hops. So, guess there's only one thing left to do. Cheers. Oh wow, that's really good. It's a hoppy. I shouldn't say hoppy because the hop presence isn't terribly strong, but there is a hop presence in this, which I don't know that I've really ever had in a Mexican lager. Usually they're very malty. Some of them maybe more corny, and I don't mean that, like corny, haha. Like, some of them clearly use corn in the brewing, and I'm not picking that up here. Yeah, there's a nice light hop bitterness. Okay. Yeah, there's that kind of like tortilla chip flavor that I'm used to with a Mexican lager. Although with this, I would not add lime to this. I would just drink this as is. Very good beer. And this is how I think beer should be. It should have the malt or the grain presence and then some hops to complement it. And it just seems like there's so many beers that are one way or the other. There's so many IPAs that are just, there are hops and that's what you will notice. And then there are so many lagers that are so malty, or whatever the grain is that they use is the star of the show, and you don't notice any hops whatsoever. And they're all fine, but this is what I like. A nice balance of the grain used to create the alcohol, hops to season to flavor. Like a lot of directions say when you're adding salt, pepper, those sort of things. So yeah, like you put in the appropriate amount of hops to get the right flavor. And they did this with this one. Another beer that I would gladly drink. I know Aldi already has a Mexican lager. This is not it. I don't know who brews the one that they have. I feel like they actually import it from Mexico, but I'm not 100% certain. And I think they just call it cerveza, which is just beer. But, oh, excuse me, how terribly crude. This is way better. I would totally I would probably drink this more regularly. My go-to when I go to Aldi is drawing a blank. Warner's Gruner. I usually pick up at least 1 4-pack of that if I go in there for anything. Even if I'm going in there just to get like 1 can of soup, I will then also stop by and pick up some beer. But if they had this, this would probably be my go-to, at least so far out of the pack. They're a weekend, 5 out of the 7 beers have been great. So, yeah, hopefully we can see some of these on the shelf at Aldi after the Advent calendar is done, I guess. But we'll see. All right, I've been rambling long enough. I should let you get on with your evening. I do appreciate you watching, and if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button below. And don't forget to tell your friends. And this is the Malted Gentleman reminding you, you only have one liver, so use it wisely.